You've done all this hard work, you've got these systems going, you're paying this marketing dollar, now you're getting responses, people are coming back in, you're having conversations. How do we make those conversations the highest level possible? There's a phrase I want you to remember. It's the key to everything you're doing on the phone. Peel back the onion. I'm gonna say it again, peel back the onion. Here's what I mean by that. As you are having conversations with sellers, buyers, whatever the case is, really human beings, period. As you're trying to dive in deeper, as you're trying to understand where they're coming from, what their situation is, what their motivation is for either buying or selling, all of those things that you're trying to find out, people don't just tell you. Some of them they will, but it's about you asking questions. It's about you getting to the information that you need to know so you can figure out what's going on here. This is peeling back the onion. You can't come in and just start asking very deep personal questions until you've started building a relationship, right? Just like if you were starting to date somebody, you don't show up on the first date completely naked, ready to get into bed. There's a process that you have to go through to start to establish this communication, to start to build the relationship. This is the same thing you're trying to do. The difference here is you're trying to do it in a value add consultative way, right? So if I'm peeling back the onion, I'm asking questions, not just to satisfy myself. I'm asking questions to understand something about them so I understand how to help them better. Think about that for a second. I'm asking questions to understand the person on the other line so that I can understand how to help them better. It's a very different approach than most people are taking, just picking up the phone, trying to get through the call as quickly as possible. You need to peel back the onion. You need to be figuring out what they really mean by what they say. No, I can't sell right now. Oh, can't or don't want to? Oh, I can't. What does that mean? Why not? These extra little questions get you deeper into what's happening in this person's head, and it really helps you understand what their holdback is, what their motivation or lack of motivation is. It can be sometimes as simple as reading between the lines on what's happening, right? You have somebody, they seem short with you on the phone, there's kids screaming in the background. They've got a lot going on. Read between the lines. Peeling back the onion really is about, at the end of the conversation, at the end of whatever string of conversations you're having with them, how can I sit down in front of somebody who doesn't know that person and tell them everything they need to know about that person? If you've done your conversation, if you've done your job the right way, peeling back the onion, that's where you are. You know more about that person through conversation than anybody can find out just pulling up data. You have to start peeling back that onion and look at this continual conversation that's happening. What are they telling you? What are they really saying? What's the next question I can ask? What's the deeper question I can ask out of them? Oh, I'm not ready to sell right now. Okay, I completely understand that. Let me ask you something. If I call you 6 months from now, what's gonna have changed that's gonna make you wanna sell then that is not true today? Think about how much information I'm getting out of that person with a question like that. Right? Help me understand what's really going on here. Help me understand this situation. Okay, do you actually mean this or do you mean this? When you say this, do you mean, these are prodding questions that any kind of sales training you go through will teach you some of this stuff, but don't worry about the training. Think about, how do I understand more about this person than I knew before? When they give me a piece of information, I want to figure out how I can get 10 times the info out of that by asking the next question. This is how you get deadly on the phones, and it's really just by understanding people at the next level, by asking the question other people don't want to ask, by presenting scenarios. Okay, Mr. Seller, if I could do this and do this, would you be willing to do this? Oh, hadn't thought about that. Opening up different perspectives, opening up the mind to think about different things, to open up in different ways and give you information in different ways. This is peeling back the onion. This is about how you get deeper in connection, how you get deeper in a relationship, and how you help really add value to somebody at a different level than they even can understand what's going on. And when you start doing this, you're gonna see your calls go better, your connections go better, and more deals will come out of it. Maybe not initially, but over time, and as you start to have these better conversations, you will do more deals, and you'll become so much of a better deal maker on the phones because you'll be having real value add conversations instead of just feeling like you have to call as many people as you possibly can every single day. Peel back the onion and watch what happens to the level of everything in your business, the level of your relationships, the level of your communication, and the way deals will start flowing to you automatically because you're taking the time to really value add and understand who you're talking to.